The time that I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter, I was 17. And I was so confused. And the reason why I knew, and I just had a feeling that I knew I was pregnant, is because a lot of stuff was going on. Like, I used to love eating Big Macs and McFlurries from McDonald's. And I remember I had ordered a Big Mac and McFlurry from McDonald's, and I could not eat that shit. Like, I was about to throw up. I was like disgusted. Like, when I tasted it, it was like ugh. And I used to be in love with McFlurries and Big Macs. I don't eat McDonald's no more now that I'm older, but that was like the number one thing that like kind of tricked, like kind of told me, okay, you pregnant, you gotta be pregnant. I don't know, it was just something about that. And then I was feeling kind of crazy, like as far as like my chest was hurting. It was just a lot of stuff, and I was really really scared because, like I said, I was 17. I had just lost my virginity. So I just started, and her daddy was like the second person I had been with. Like, second person I had been with. So, and the first person that I lost my virginity with, like, that was the one time. So, that was like the year before I met her daddy. Anyway, well, it was like 2 months before I met her daddy. But so I remember, like, I kept thinking back, like, what happened? What could have happened? Because I know that, like, a lot of people was telling me that you miss your period or whatever. Now that I'm older, I know how it works and I know how your body should work. But back then, I didn't know nothing. Because, like I said, I was a virgin until I was 17. I didn't really know nothing. Like, I was sheltered. Me and sex and all this other stuff, I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I was like, oh, I'm a stay a virgin till I get married and all this other stuff. So I was like, okay, I got my period. And I was thinking, okay, I'm not pregnant because I'm bleeding, so I'm good. But I didn't know that at the time that I was not really on a period, I was spotting. And it was like pink, like light pink blood. But I thought in my mind, because I'm young and I didn't know no better, I'm thinking, okay, I got my period. So I remember, like, people, like my sister, my mama would be cooking in the kitchen, and I would be in the room, like, so aggravated. Like, I try to close the door and put towels under the door so I couldn't smell the meat and stuff cooking. And I was like, okay, something is wrong. Something is really, really wrong. And so I remember the first pregnancy test that I took, I had my mama take me to the clinic because I was telling my mama this the whole time. I was like, I think I'm pregnant, mama, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, no, 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 no. You just, your mind or whatever, whatever. So I remember Zaria daddy had came over and my mom was like, okay, we going to the clinic. And she took me and him to the clinic to get a pregnancy test done. And when I went to the clinic, I paid, like, I think it was like $10 for the test at the clinic. But I paid for them to take the test. And the test came back negative. And they said I wasn't pregnant. So I was like, okay, how am I not pregnant? But I'm feeling all this type of ways. Like, I just know that I'm pregnant. Like, it just did not make sense to me at all. So, Sorry, Dad was like, okay, so you just thinking that you're pregnant, blah, 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 blah. And everybody's like, okay, Kristen, it's in your mind. You just think you're pregnant. You're not pregnant. Maybe you just want to be pregnant. No, I did not. But anyway, everybody was like, oh, you just want to be pregnant. No, I do not. So, I still kept feeling the feelings, but then I just ignored it. Like, after they told me that the test was negative, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm not pregnant. So I didn't think about it. And then I remember, like, I used to get these little cramps in my back, and it felt like something was like just hitting me in the lower back of my back, and my stomach used to be cramping so bad. And I mean, I used to always get cramps with my menstrual or whatever, but this was a whole type of feeling, and I used to just lay there and be like, what is wrong with me? So I didn't say nothing. I just was like, okay, whatever. And I remember I had asked my sister, I was like, I'm having cramps in my lower back, like what is going on? And she scared me because she was like, oh, you might have this. Like she was trying to say I have an STD. And I was like, oh, I hope it ain't that because I did not want that. So I remember like I went walking, and those feeling like the cramping would not go away. And I remember I used to unbutton my pants and just let my pants like stay open, because the cramping and the lower back pains used to like just I was not feeling it. Um I wasn't throwing up at that point, which is crazy to me. I wasn't throwing up with nauseous or anything. I didn't have morning sickness at that point. I'm about to get to that part. But I didn't get the morning sickness at that point. But I remember, okay, so I remember I felt sick, but I ignored it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the test said that I wasn't pregnant. So some told me to go ahead and do some more tests. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just had a feeling. Like I don't know what it was. I just had a feeling. I had a feeling. I just knew I was pregnant. And I remember the last test that I finally realized that I was pregnant was that I went to McDonald's. But before I went to McDonald's, because my friend at the time, she worked at McDonald's, and I was at her house, and the McDonald's is right by her house, so I walked all the way to her job to McDonald's. But before I went to McDonald's, I went to CVS. I had some money in my pocket, but I didn't have enough for the food and for the pregnancy test. So I went into CVS and I stole the pregnancy test. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, yes, I have. Like, I don't steal like no more, but I have stolen before. And I stole the pregnancy test, and the way that I did it was I went into the store and I had my purse, and I can't believe I even did this. Like, I feel so guilty. Like, don't take me to jail because I'm confessing right now, but that was 12 years ago, so don't take me to jail. But I had my purse, and I went to the aisle with the pregnancy test, and I took the pregnancy test, and I went in the bathroom, right? And when I went in the bathroom, I opened up the box, and because I was scared to walk out the store with the box, because I know they be putting a little like detectors and stuff on the box of items so that it can beep when you're walking out the door. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go in the bathroom, and I opened the box up, and I just emptied 3 of them like in my purse. And I walked out of CVS. They didn't even say nothing to me. I just walked out with them in my purse. So I went to McDonald's, and I got my Big Mac and my McFlurry. And I just knew something was wrong. But before I went and ate the Big Mac and the McFlurry, like before I even ordered it, I went to the McDonald's bathroom. And when I went in the bathroom, I took the test, and I was so nervous. Like, I was just like, all these emotions just going up and down. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be another negative. Like, it's gonna be another one. So I took the test, and when I tell you, my heart was like falling, and I just felt my heart drop the whole time I was waiting. and it came back positive, but it wasn't like a, it was like a light line, but you can still see it, which I did have I don't know how I forgot that part. I did have a light line before, and I took a lot of pregnancy tests with Zaria. I really did. I don't think she wanted me to know that she was in there, because a lot of tests that I was taking was coming out negative. But I remember I did take one before the McDonald's incident, and it was really, 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 really light. Like, it was like a faint line. And again, now that I'm older, I understand that even with a faint line, that means that you're pregnant. But I was 17, and I was just, entering the world of this. So I went to school with that first test. I went to school and I had my friend at the time. She looked at it and I was like, "Don't look at it with your glasses on." And she took her glasses off and she looked at it, and she could see the line. I was like, "Okay, if you could see the line without the glasses, that means that's a positive." So when I got home from school, I called the people number on the pregnancy box. I called them. I called the people and I was like, "Hello," where like the number says contact us, blah blah blah. I called them people and I was like, "Hello. Yeah. I have a test. It's really, really faint. Like, the line is not bright. Does that mean it is positive?" And the lady was like, "Congratulations." And I was like, "I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear no congratulations." Like, I'm trying to figure out why this line is on here. So she tells me, "Oh yeah, even though it's light, that mean that you're pregnant. Congratulations, you are pregnant. Blah 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 blah." So I ain't listen to her. I still, like, in my mind, I was like, "Ha, that test is wrong. It's not dark enough for me to believe it." So I remember. Okay, so back to the McDonald's thing. I just went out. Anyway, the McDonald's incident. So I was at McDonald's and the test was positive. And so my friend at the time was at work. So I told her to come in the bathroom and I wanted her to take one because I had 3 that I took from CVS. And she peed on it or whatever. And she came out there like, "Ooh, thank you, Jesus." Like, hallelujah. Hers was negative. So I was like, "How is hers negative and mine is positive? Like, this is not right." Like, I didn't understand it. I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Like, how yours is negative and mine is positive?" So I was like, whatever. I didn't want to hear that either. So I went back to go order my Big Mac McFlurry like it was nothing, with this positive test looking right at my face. And I remember I called my mama and I was like, "Mama, I took a pregnancy test and it's brighter and it says that I'm pregnant." And my mama on the other end was like, "Oh, congratulations." Like, I don't know what was up with everybody saying it's congratulations. Like, I was 17. Like, I did not want to hear no congratulations. Like, I'm not ready to have no baby yet. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I don't know. The only person that really cussed me out or went off on me was my daddy. That was the only person that cussed me out. Everybody else was like, "You almost grown." Like, whatever. So I remember I went back to a different clinic this time after that one because I just wanted to make sure, because I just kept getting these negatives and positives and it was so tricky. Like, and when I went to the clinic, the second clinic this time, they had confirmed that I was pregnant. And the sad part about it was I was already 3 months. And I was like, how in the did I get to be 3 months with all these negative tests? Like, I'm telling you, those tests do not be accurate. I don't care. Like, half the time they do not be accurate. Like, majority of the time they probably are, but in my case they were not active. Like, they were not accurate at all. It kept saying I wasn't pregnant and I was pregnant the whole time. But I think I only got like 2 good positives. Well, not 2 good ones. Like, one was like a faint line, the other one was like a bright line. So I only got 2 positives. And I think I took like 4 4 or 5 tests. Yeah, counting the clinic and everything. Like I used to take my own time. Um, so when I found out that I was pregnant, I did the first thing I thought to do, and that was to call my child's father. And I called him, and he told me it was not his. Typical. That was his first reaction. He was like, "Oh, that's not my baby, blah 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 blah." And I was like, "Wow," because you're the only guy I've been with. Um, yeah, and I think once I had Zaria, everything changed. Like, cause he know it's her. He know that that's his child. I didn't have those problems after that. But yeah, like I went overdue with her. She was born November 19th. Overdue. My due date, my original due date was November 10th, and then it went from November 10th to November 13th was my due date. Those were the two, and I ended up having her November 19th. So she ended up being a late baby. Like she just wanted to sit in there and did not want to come out. Just like she didn't want me to know that she was in there. I don't think Zari was ready. Like I don't think she wanted to come because I couldn't even find out I was pregnant with her, and I couldn't even freaking have her on time. She just wanted to sit in there. But I had her natural, no C-section, no epidural, and she was 6 pounds 15 ounces. She was 21 and a half inches long, and she was born at 6:15 p.m. I remember all that because that's the only child I have, so it's kind of easy to remember when you only got one child. I did try to go on birth control after her, and I was on birth control pills for like, I think I was taking it for like a month. I didn't like it. It threw my body off, so I did not like them pills. But I only took those pills for like a month, and I got off of that. But I never got pregnant after that. I was just like, I'm not gonna handle my babies. So condoms became my best friend. Like for real, like condoms were my best friend. I used to ride around with them in my car. I used to have them in my wallet. I used to have them everywhere. They was my best friend. But yeah. So that is how I found out that I was pregnant, and I was 17. Matter of fact, I turned 18 right around the time that I officially found out. My birthday hadn't came around because I think I got pregnant with her in February because I had to have conceived in February because I had her in November. So my birthday is in April. So yeah, I found out I was pregnant right before my birthday. And I didn't I didn't I didn't get to do nothing after that point. Like all the throwing up started coming once I found out I was pregnant with her. It's like all the symptoms just start hitting me like at once, like boom, boom, like I was throwing up everywhere. Um, I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't. All I could do was just drink and eat pineapples, but I would have to put them in the freezer. Frozen pineapples, good when you're pregnant, so good. Um, but yeah, so now she's here. She's 12. I have a 12-year-old. It's still shocking to this day. Oh, my ear was itching. But yeah, so that was just my little short story. One finding out I was pregnant. Prego. And Jonathan has entered the building again. But yeah. So I will be back with more videos, more stories if you want to hear more stories, because a lot of stuff. I could tell y'all a lot of stuff. Like I could sit here all day. But I want to make it short, because if I kept talking, this would have been like 40 minutes long. Right now it's at 20 minutes. So, um so oh, and just a little known, like I don't know if I said in previous videos, I did name Zaria after Tupac. I did. Because at that time I was just in my room. I was really isolating myself, because I was like, how did I get pregnant? Well, I know how I got pregnant, but yeah, the version just pops up pregnant. The version, like, oh my god, we didn't even know you were doing that, Crystal. You got pregnant. A lot of people was telling me that, like, we didn't even know, like, Crystal pregnant, like, we didn't even know. Yeah, because Crystal isn't really. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this little short. Well, it wasn't short. This little short story time. And I will be back to see y'all later. Peace out.